Hello YouTube vintage radio collectors. This Hallicrafters communication set puts the tube back in YouTube. It's a 5-tube set, late 40s. This is commonly called an S38D. That's what it's closest to. This is actually a Canadian version. There's a few minor things that are different. Just show you here the bottom panel. I have it open for demonstration purposes. This is a Hallicraft Canada, made in Toronto, Ontario. Model 5R10. It has the 12SG7 tube in it, which is, some have it, some don't. It has the knobs without the inserts, which is a little different. And this one had the wrong knob. It had two knobs on it when I got it. These here, two of them long gone. I think this thing was used for a while, but then it's been sitting a long time, and that's nice because somebody didn't throw this away. They kept it around. It got dirty, it got dusty, it got scratched. I had to repaint the case on this one. It's all metal, nice thick metal. I redid it in hammer tone, so this is actually trem clad hammer tone, which really sticks on these. So I sanded it down except for this front area. Took this off, painted it separately. There's nuts from behind. And what I did is I painted the whole thing 4 coats of hammer tone until it looked nice. But before the paint sets, this is what you have to do. You take a Q-tip, put a little lighter fluid on it, and wipe off the decal. Just very carefully trace along it. And that's what allowed me to preserve these while freshening up the case, so it looks really nice. Now let's just spin it around. See what I mean? It didn't have any dents in it, anything really ugly, just needed a respray. Here's the chassis, all metal chassis. It has the octal tubes, and what's neat about this, it has Rogers Canada tubes. 4 of them are original, so the SA7, the SG7, SQ7 are original Rogers. So is the 50L6, it's a Rogers. The Rogers rectifier was dead, so there's no DC battery on this set. So I put in a new old stock GE until I like to have them all the same brand. So if I find a Rogers, I'll put it in. So what's critical in this set, because it's transformerless, one side of the chassis is hooked between one side of the AC line cord with a capacitor. Now if you use, I used an actual new cord, let's put a new cord, polarized cord. So you made sure that the hot side is on the power switch and the neutral side is through the cap to the chassis. But critical on these are the rubber feet that insulate the chassis, and they were a bit of a disaster on this one. But of course, I mean, the thing's 60-some years old. Let's see if I can find. Here's probably the most intact one. Just about as hard as a cracker, so pretty useless. Anyway, Renovated Radios reproduces these feet. They have some amazing reproductions, knobs, feet, all kinds of little different parts, dial cords. I just got to say, good job on these, really good job. They fit nicely. The brass insert presses right in. So you end up with a very safe chassis. So, this one here I replaced. Most important, the main filter capacitor. There's 4 in this can here. It's actually a cardboard tube with beeswax on it. So I used a terminal strip, and I keep my parts here. I usually just throw them into something. And there are a bunch of these Aero caps, or whatever they are. Aero Radio Co. Paper caps covered in beeswax. The one on the volume control had been replaced at some point. If I get rid of all those, I'll just quickly show you here. You gotta be careful. This thing's it's a little on the heavy side. You can, if this ever fell on your lap, you might need surgery. Here's the chassis. I'll show you. There's the terminal strip with separate caps. The dropping resistors, I used flame-proof metal oxide ones. Now the alignment points, you can see the Cornell orange dips and the nice new rubber feet. I use a new grommet for the cord, new cord. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll just spin this one around and bring it back down. and turn it on so you can hear it run. I live in a townhouse complex here surrounded by power lines and LED lighting and stuff, so you do get quite a bit of interference. Just while it's warming up, I want to show you the back on this one. For an original back, that's incredible condition. Actually very nice. It's rare to find that nice. Hasn't taken on any moisture. I just left it open until I got the alignment done. Some shortwave. We're on the third band, 5 to 14 megahertz. Not too much during the day. Let's just flip down the next band. It's a bit quieter. You can use the band spread. A little bit of fine tuning. Picking up some power line noise. Always get around 20 megahertz. That's the thing with living near here. Let's just go back up until the 1.7 to 5 band. Not that much. Now if we go to AM, we'll get stations for sure.
Even more cash later on. You're in total control. And information they need to further this unbelievable.
I have a 5-foot piece of wire on this. So what I did for alignment, just to give you a little, I used a vintage alignment, an old ICO signal generator. Basically followed the Hallicrafters instructions are on the internet. You can find a service manual for this. You basically, there's a couple points on the dial, you align it, use the patterns on the bottom, just inject a signal. And all I did is just basically just wrap it around the lug at the back, attenuate to the right point. So I use a vintage signal generator, and it's quite close. Any of the signals that I've listened to that have identified themselves, the alignment's really good on this one. It's kind of a fun set to have, and it's solid. Nice, beautiful, solid set. Should be good for another 60 years. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening.